Vampire Elite Podcast. Right here, got one of my old good friends, Kirk. Where are you from, Kirk?
Lake Silver Springs.
You gotta speak up because this mic. We only got one mic. Anyway, so he's from Colorado. He is freestyling his life right now. Him, his wife, and his kids, and his dog. All right, so we've got a couple of topics here we're going to go through here. We got about four topics. Just so try to kick off things. Just try to get a little used to this whole podcast thing, right? So first off, Andrew Tate. He has been out of house arrest, and I haven't heard anyone say shit that he's been out of house arrest.
Yeah,
so,
I hadn't heard that.
You haven't heard that? Yeah, I didn't hear it. I see him talk. I see him messing with Aiden Ross. That he's actually disowning him now because I guess Aiden's doing drugs and stuff. So Andrew's just like, fuck off,
I always feel like Aiden was just kind of like a fanboy of Tate anyway.
Well, a lot of people are fanboys, but yeah, Aiden, he's young, he's like 22 years old, right? And he's doing good. But yeah, Andrew can only, make him go so far. Like, hey, dude, stop doing drugs, get in the gym, work out. He has all the things he needs to do. It's just what I guess Aiden surrounds himself. Like, if you surround yourself with a certain amount of people, you kind of become that certain group. So best stay away from people who do a bunch of drugs and stuff. You know what I mean? So if you surround yourself with people who are motivated, innovative, entrepreneurship, surround yourself with those type of people. That's how I look at it. Because especially if you're younger, that's the best time to start. The younger you are, the better it is you'll be off.
For sure. But what I'll say is, Andrew Tate's very influential.
Yeah.
But Aiden, he was influenced a little too much, a little too fast, is what I would say.
Oh, yeah?
As far as with Andrew, there's fanboys and then there's like Stans and Eminem. You know what I mean?
Stans?
Stan.
Who's that?
Stan is with Ditto, the Eminem song.
Maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time since I listened to Eminem.
Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom.
Okay.
I sent 2 letters back in autumn. You must have
that guy. Okay, yeah. I've heard that. Yeah. I heard that little squabble between the two. They're writing songs back and forth between the two of them.
Well, he's writing letters too.
Yeah. What are your opinions of Andrew Tate? Is he a good guy, good influencer? Is he a bad guy like all the people who tried so hard to make him out to be? What do you think?
I don't think he's a bad guy at all. I think that he's very intelligent. I guarantee you that. You can see that he oozes wisdom for sure. Is he using his platform for good? I think he's trying to. I think he's trying his best to. But, there's a lot of powers that would be in there that clearly don't like his message.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And, honestly, from what I've seen anyways, he talks a big game. He was getting a whole lot of attention for younger men to, for entrepreneurship, better their lives, all the stuff. Especially the people who don't really have a father figure in their life. It's some good views. And no, it's not about all this rapist bullshit because he can get anyone he wants. Why would he want to rape anyone? He has a few wives.
Let's face it. If he was guilty of anything, he'd be in jail. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clearly, they're trying to silence him for some reason, and it's bizarre to me. The Romanian authorities must be in the pocket of like the Rothschilds and the, I don't know. I can't say definitively, but something is crazy going on.
Yeah, and that was 10 months worth of being like in jail to house arrest. And all of a sudden, he's out and about buying cars, driving them, getting back to his old. Oh, maybe I don't know if he's getting back to his old self per se, but he's just kind of living it right.
I think he's grown a lot.
Yeah, I think he's grown.
He stays. All he does is hang out with his people. He studies his religion, which more power to him, and that's all he's doing is bettering himself. And
Yeah. Like speaking of which, I did hear that he converted from Christianity to Muslim. recently.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of yeah. It was recently. Apparently, for the Muslim side, they stick more to their roots. They're more conservative side. As for Christianity, I mean, I guess he's not wrong about this, but I've seen a whole bunch of Christianity. There's like different levels of it, right?
They've been
like,
corrupted.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, like there's a whole bunch of like they can do all these drugs, cheat, sinful stuff, and like at the end of the day, who cares? He'll forgive me. Like, no, man, no, that's not how you want to think of shit. To me that makes no sense at all. But I'm also not the whole religious type. But just from a spectating prospect, I mean, that just seems like total bullshit, dude. No. You're either for it or you're not. Pick and choose.
Regardless if you're a Christian, a Muslim, or whatever religion, Egyptology predates Christianity and Islam by 6,000 years. Everything that it says in the Bible, it says in hieroglyphics, just with different names and different characters. All the same stories. It's just a plagiarism. So, if you really want to know the truth, you would have to go back way further. Way further.
One thing I do see in common, I believe you brought this up to me at one point in time. Everyone says grace, when they eat, or real Christian, real.
They say amen.
They say amen.
Amen ra.
/ amen, which, yeah, you're right. Amen ra.
Amen ra said, "You will thank me when you pray." This is the Egyptian god.
Yeah, the sun Egyptian god. There you go. Now every time you say amen, you're talking about Amen Ra.
No, that doesn't mean that any religion is false. It means that all religions have been infiltrated.
So there's another thing we're talking about. The upcoming fight for Jake Paul. He seems to be an upcoming good boxer, actually, from a YouTube perspective. He's actually, from what I've seen, he's doing pretty good. What do you think about that?
More than just a YouTube perspective. I mean, this guy, he's killing it. I love Jake Paul. He has completely revamped the sport of boxing, single-handedly, truly. I mean, the dude's killing it. Yeah. Tommy Fury, honestly, I think he won that Tommy Fury fight. KSI is ducking him. It's clear. I mean, there's no doubt about it. KSI, man, you're lame. Get out of here, dude.
Well, I just now recently got into the whole watching boxing, a few videos, and I saw that KSI with Tommy Fury. That was... Woof. I made a video on that. Go back and check in my other videos. You'll see the KSI versus Tommy clinch counter. You'll see why that was just a disgrace.
Oh, that was a great video.
Yeesh. Now, I wish I saw more Jake Paul fights. I think I saw Jake Paul and... Was it another Fury?
I think, you watched Nate Diaz. That's what you
That's
watched.
What it was.
Yeah.
I watched Tom. Yeah, that was actually my first boxing I watched. I'm just now starting getting into it, so I'm late to the party. All right, so the next boxing match of Jake Paul is coming up is with, Austin something? What's Austin's current record?
It's Andre August. He's 10-1.
Okay. What's Jake Paul's record, though?
Shoot, he's 7-1 with 4 KOs. So he lost. He's won 7 fights. He lost 1 against Tommy Fury.
Okay, so 10-1 to 7-1. One played 3 more games than the other. But so if Jake were to win the other 3 games, then they would be technically even as shit, right?
Well, I mean, everyone's always saying Jake's not fighting real boxers, and this guy, he's a legit. Andre August, he's a legit boxer. He's 10-1. He's won 10 fights, lost 1 with 5 KOs. I mean, that's no punk. He's a real boxer, Okay. So there's nothing that anyone can really say.
All right, well.
I'm excited, I think that Jake has a real good shot. I mean, he has the top training camps in the world. He's going to Saudi Arabia to train.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know he was going to Saudi Arabia.
Paying millions of dollars to go through these camps.
Dang. Now, as far as his brother, Logan Paul, like the last fight I saw of that was we know the really big hyped up
Dylan
fight.
Danis, yeah.
Dylan Danis and him. Oh my God, that was. Well,
Man, that was disappointing.
You know, from what Dylan did, that was very disgraceful.
I love Jake, but
Just-
I was just waiting for Logan to get knocked out. But Dylan, he disappointed. big time.
Dylan couldn't win, so he resorted to attempting to MMA and grapple Logan, which got disqualified. On top of fighting,
I think his
security.
point was that hey Logan, if we were in a real fight, then I would fuck you up. And, and that's truly the case. Boxing isn't a real fight. If you can use your feet and your legs and everything and do grappling, then that's a real fight. And a fight to a death, I think Logan would have been dead.
See, it's like I was cool with Logan, just because YouTuber Eric, he talked a lot about him. But after figuring out that Logan scammed his followers, like,
oh yeah,
why would you do
through the
that?
Zeweg or whatever.
Yeah, it's like you are rich, you have money and everything because of your fans, and you're gonna screw them over. Like that's just super bad to me. I mean,
he's a
I could never they're the reason you have the good life, and you just spit on them. No,
Logan,
I could never.
Yeah, Logan's dog water. I saw a video about Logan. Jake, his little brother, he was talking about Logan saying, "Oh, Logan's doing so good in the WWE because he's wrestling, Like I could see him being a world champ." And then I saw another video where Logan was talking about Jake, and Jake was like, "I want to be a world champion," and Logan was like, "I can't wrap my head around that. I don't think that's ever even possible." And it's like, it just shows the kind of character that Logan has compared to Jake. It really does.
Damn.
And Jake's made mistakes, but Logan, I mean, he did that whole Suicide Forest thing,
Yeah, which that's pretty controversial. Apparently, the whole either did or didn't happen, but either way,
it totally happened.
Like, I'm saying like from a controversy, like people are saying online that some of them saying that it did, some of them saying that it did not happen, but also
saying that Logan never videotaped the.
Basically like it was fake or not, but also it's been taken down. The video has been taken down, like everywhere it pops up.
I mean, Logan apologized. It wasn't fake.
Yeah, so I mean, I really don't know. I didn't see it myself. I hear about it, but Gideon actually, they were on that topic for a while and saying that let's look all over for this, and I guess they couldn't find it, or like they found one video, and it was a new video too at the time. I remember that. Like out of nowhere, this guy started getting a whole bunch of views because Gideon was going online on one of his new channels and homing in on this guy, and everyone was watching live, including myself.
I'm really excited for a rematch between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury too.
Yeah,
that would be legit. I don't know who would win. I think it was pretty even. I think Jake kind of won the last fight, but a rematch between them, that would be epic.
Tommy Fury, that's that 6'9" guy.
He fought KSI, and he
him, yeah. Oh, really? Rematching him? Damn.
Yeah, so he fought Jake Paul already originally, and Jake lost by decision.
Oh, of course. See, the last.
But Jake knocked Tommy on his ass, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how that works?
Doesn't make much sense. No.
Francis also knocked.
Right.
Yeah, Francis.
Well, Francis wasn't a boxer; he was MMA. So if an MMA fighter came in and beat, Tyson Fury, that's just they couldn't let that happen.
They're like an unanimous decision
because Francis won that fight. Let's all be real.
He did, yeah. Well, yeah.
So I left the UAW and started my own business, but you're still there, Vampire. What do you think about the new contract?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I voted no.
I mean, but honestly, this contract's only giving back what everybody lost in 08,
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I mean, GM right now, a majority of them, from what I've seen, are saying no. As far as Ford, majority of them are saying yes. So for instance, like one of my team leaders, he's basically all for it, thing and all that, which I'm just like, how are you all for it? But I'm not, because you're the one getting more screwed over than me, right? Because anyone who's been there who has top pay, let's say you've been there 20 years, right? And now all of a sudden, now you have to make another 4 years in order to make top pay again. So you're only
Yeah.
making $3 more than what you have been, as opposed to someone like me. I'm going to make $12 more.
And everyone act like Sean Fane's like a hero. It makes no sense.
So, well, I think they could only do so much to Sean Fain before they could start taking some kind of legal action, because not, running the economy or hurting the economy and, other people not working.
You got to put that on the big three before you put it on the UAW,
No, well, people,
What are you going to do with your ratification money?
ratification for a whole $5,000.
I mean, and all your raises and,
Ratification, man. What am I going to do? Put it in the bank? Ratification is going to be like high 2000s, maybe 3K after taxes.
I mean, like, okay, ratification. And what's your goal with this contract? That's my point.
Okay, well, I mean, I have been, as you see, the newest video I made, other than this, before this one, was a shorts video of the Raptor R.
Okay.
And I've been trying to get a supercharged vehicle for a while. That's why I currently drive a hybrid, so I can save and stuff, and then the top work my ass off. And yeah, dude, like I had a Raptor 2014. It was awesome, dude. But I made the tough decision, and I traded it in for what I have now. And I'm like, I gotta do this so later on I can get something new that's not 10 years old and was supercharged, right? And that's where the Raptor comes in. I don't want the V6 Raptor because I heard it. I mean, it's cool, but it sounds like it doesn't sound too great. Now, if I want to spend that kind of money, I'm the kind of go big or go home type of guy. I have always been that way.
Yeah, I can agree there.
And so, like, Raptor R...
What is it? What's the MSRP on that? It's like at least $100K, right?
Well, it's 109 but that's 2023.
It's the 5.2 twin turbo too, right?
5.2 supercharged.
Well,
V8.
Yeah, twin turbo.
I'm not sure if it's twin turbo or not.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, the V6 is twin turbo. I know that for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure the V8's twin turbo.
I mean, possibly is.
And it's a 10-speed, right?
Yeah, it is a 10-speed.
Right. I bet it gets like 14 miles per gallon, bro.
The V6 does. The V8 is in between. We're talking, 8 to 13.
Like what? 650, 700 horsepower.
Well, the 2023 Raptor R has 700 horsepower. 2024 has yet to be determined, but they said it is over 700, and it's the highest horsepower a truck has had. So that means it's going to be more than the TRX, which TRX is 702 horsepower.
What's the tow though?
Tow, I don't know. I'm going to assume anywhere between 12 to 8,000 pounds.
I would think around like 9.
Good, give or take. I don't know.
But dude, that's a beast, man.
It sounds amazing. Yeah, dude.
I heard it.
If you want to hear what the Predator engine sounds like, go to my last video, Raptor engine.
What color do you get?
Could I get? I'm sorry, Raptor R exhaust. That's the last video. You should go check that out if you want to hear what they sound like. It's pretty awesome. But the color, I either want a black or an orange, and I'm not talking code orange because that looks like red to me. I don't want a red truck like the whole race red. I really don't care for that look like on my vehicles. I really don't. But as far as like orange,
and plus it's a higher insurance payment too.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it does cost more. So yeah, I've had a black Raptor before. It looked really nice, but it got dirty really quick. So, I
have a gray Escape, and it's always dirty.
Yeah. My vehicle's gray also. It's like bullet gray. But yeah, dude, I'm psyched. Hopefully I can get it, and I probably won't get it till first quarter of next year, 2024. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. We'll see. So you used to work where I worked at Ford Motor Company, right? Kansas City.
K-Cap.
K-Cap, yeah, that's right. So how long have you been there before? How long have you worked there?
Too long.
Too long? So I'm over 3 years right now. So you've been 5?
No.
No?
Too long.
Too long?
Too long.
So 5, 6.
Too long.
He means like 6. So, but anyway, so what made you what made you go from working there to to doing what you're doing now? Like, what exactly is it that you're doing now?
So, I was tired of working at Ford, and if I want to be honest, a crazy thing happened. My old lady took a bullet to the chest. That's what happened, and we decided that we didn't want to do the traditional thing anymore. So I sold my house and sold everything, and we got a camper. I made some money with Dogecoin and cryptocurrencies. So I bought a camper and we went out to Colorado, and luck would have it that I found a really good job, and then me and my buddy, we decided to start a business, and I started a remodeling business. We had like 450 contracts in Indiana, Michigan, Ohio. Made a lot of money in a short amount of time, and I was presented another opportunity to start another company, and got some contracts as a campground management company, and it's been growing ever since. And I can't say anything but I'm blessed and luckier than I deserve.
Hmm. So you said she took one to the chest. Like, someone at work just like say, hey, screw you. I don't like how you work. And like, how did that? Was it just accidental?
She grabbed her firearm and handled it improperly, and ended up shooting herself.
Almost lost it. Yeah.
Hit her right in the heart, and it ricocheted, and yeah, she survived. In the hospital in 2 hours. I pulled that bullet out myself. They said it was a cosmetic wound, and they left the bullets in her breast.
I was saying, I imagine if it hit her heart, she'd be done for. So actually hit her.
It hit
boob.
So it was aimed directly at her heart, and it ricocheted. That's what I meant.
Oh,
it didn't
okay.
Hit her heart.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I actually have the shell and the casing. I removed it myself.
Still in here? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Dang. Crazy.
But I mean, such a terrible thing. It led to a blessing. It changed my life forever.
Domino effect that ended up good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live off grid, travel the country.
How is that the whole? Was it you live in a camper? So camper life. How does that work out? Because you're away from everyone. You don't get to see people or go to restaurants. Have a day out. Like, what do you do out there? Like, just camper and like eat squirrels or whatever it is you do.
Well, it's really, I mean, I live no differently than you or anyone else. I have a pretty large camper, Everybody has their own room. I have infinite hot water. I designed a solar system and installed it. So I have infinite electricity. Anything that you have, I have too.
So your everyday life, you're out there in but nowhere pretty much. But I know you got a boat, so I guess there's that, right?
Oh, yeah. I've got guns, boats. I mean, I have fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like, I know you don't play any of the new modern games. You just kind of have your modded consoles with all your games and modded games. And, you're cool with that, which, there's nothing wrong with that, We all played that once upon a time.
Well, I have a series. I have newer consoles, a Switch, and all that too. My Switch is modded though. But I mean, fuck Bill Gates. I don't like to give him money. That dude's evil.
Seemingly evil, buying up our lane and shit.
I mean, openly evil. He lets you know about it.
All right. Well, let's say if this whole thing didn't work out, like, would you try to go back to Ford, or what'd you do?
If I ever work a W-2 position again, I failed. I think that, having my own businesses, it's really opened my eyes there's no reason to work a 9 to 5. You know, running a business is much easier than you think. If you can think of any cash flow business that at all, then just start it, try it, do it. There's no reason not to try. And what's the worst that's going to happen if you fail?
Well, I could think of a few. Okay, like, cause right now, me, I work overnights at Ford right now. If I was to stop what I was doing and then try to go and make my own business, if I failed, me, lose money, try to get back into my job, try to get in my position, or I might have a shitty position when I get back into it. Loss of money, loss of a lot of things. Especially if you have your own place and everything. There's more at stake than just losing money. So like I said, it's a risk. Life. I know they say, some people say life is risk. Like you got to take risks to stuff. But sometimes
there's no reward without risk.
Yeah, that's true. No reward without risk.
And what are you really risking if you buy an asset? When I say a cash flow business, buy an asset, something that's gonna make you money. Like say you buy a car and then you rent it out to people. You buy anything and you rent it out to people. It's an asset, and I mean, if you do that enough, you buy one asset and start renting something out, have income. Eventually, you keep buying more assets, you'll be able to quit your 9 to 5. You're wasting your time just not doing anything. You go and sit on the couch and buy your potato chips and pay for your Netflix and all this bullshit. When in reality, you could be changing your life.
Yeah, and that's another thing. A lot of times, in which I get it, coming home from a long day of work, especially if it's a physical labor job, you just want to relax. You don't want to do more work. The hustle. Sometimes, it just takes a certain person if you want to do extra hustling when you already did your hustling for the day. You know what I mean? That sucks. Sure. It does. It sucks just saying it out loud.
It's easier. It's the easy way out.
You're
gonna suffer either way, though. You could suffer through hard work, or you could suffer through laziness.
I think that's true. Yeah. So it's either you work more, so you have to, so you are able to work less in the future, or just keep doing what you're doing. Work. Take your breaks off, take your days off, take your whole weekend off, don't work extra. Just do your life that you have, whatever, or you think you have, and then just do your repeat. And when you do that, to me, what it looks like, you lock yourself into a lifestyle that you cannot escape. So that's hence why I am doing this YouTube channel, because one day I don't want to just be working at Ford for the rest of my life. I wish I started the YouTube channel 10 years ago like I wanted to. I would be set, but, got to make do what I have now. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it's kind of like, anyone else. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, I guess is what you'd
Absolutely.
say, right? Yeah, because if you put all your eggs in one basket, you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to exist.
And try. Do something. Just anything, Whether it be, mow your neighbor's lawn or anything you can think of. As long as you're doing something always, you're not wasting your time. That goes back to Andrew Tate. That's something he would say, Why are you sitting around and then when you have nothing you can find?
Do some push-ups. You ain't got time to vape. You got to do push-ups.
Honestly, I don't work out. I want to, but, work this, excuses, I don't know.
You know what? Vampire won't be working for the UAW for much longer. Regardless of how many contracts, what they give them.
All right, so with this whole lifestyle that you have here, do you make a good living for yourself and your family?
When I worked for the UAW, when I did, assembly line work, I literally lived in like a trailer park. And when I quit, within a year, I was making $8,000 a month and doing whatever I want. Like the amount of change, it's just unreal.
Back when you were doing the carpentry job?
Oh, carpentry. That was way before UAW.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, I made good money then. I made $50,000, but You know, I was working way too much.
Work-life balance. Yeah.
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 Now I make about, if not counting other reservoirs, I make about 60 grand in 6 months, and then I don't have to do anything the other 6.
Yeah, that's right. Then the other 6 you could do content or whatever else you could think of, really.
Yeah.
Basically, or just as long as you don't spend anything crazy, you could just work-life balance. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fortunate enough to not have to work 12 months a year.
Yeah.
So, and as a human, we're all human beings. No one's meant to work 8 hours a day. No one's meant to work for someone else to make them rich. We should all be able to live here freely. There's no reason. Capitalism works, and I'm not talking about socialism or endorsing it in any way. I'm saying that we shouldn't have to pay for water. We shouldn't have to pay for housing. These are things. It's just like we all live on this earth.
Or like in some states, if you bought your house, you don't got to pay taxes. However, if you're in Missouri, you still got to pay taxes, even if you bought it. It's like, what?
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
So what are the pros for like pros and cons? What's good about you living on the road like that in your camper?
So I'm always home. I used to work for the railroad 20 years ago, and it was really depressing because I was away from my friends and family. I was never home. Well, when I have my camper, it's luxurious, it's nice, and I'm always home. So no matter where I go, when I go to bed at night, I'm laying in my bed. And that's another thing. I'm not stuck in one place. You're gonna die. You're gonna die, and I'm gonna die too. Why would you want to be stuck in one place forever? Why wouldn't you want to see every single inch of this earth? This 24,000 miles in diameter, and it is. It is. Mm. So why wouldn't you want? And that's tiny. Why wouldn't you want to see every single piece that you could before you go? Because that's all you have here.
Well, because if you went to China, shit would get real.
I mean, yeah. Especially with the whole social credit system going on. It's pretty scary, Yeah. With social credits, right now, Chinese people, most of them, they're butcher knives, they're food cutting knives. They're literally chained to their counter. Like, that's how, like, hardcore gun control and, like, weapon control
That's how much they don't want their citizens doing anything.
And that's coming, that's coming to America soon.
Nah, I don't know about that. They're gonna try. They're gonna try that because the whole. Remember, I forget what governor it was, but she temporarily did some kind of ban for guns, and they all took to the street with their automatic rifles and said, "Oh yeah." So
automatic rifles. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I forget. Like you could definitely look it up.
So automatic rifles, you have to have FFL, which I do.
Well, they're all on the strap on their backs.
Can I show them my rifle?
I mean, sure.
Hold on. Here's my rifle.
What is it?
It's a Daniel Defense DDM4V4S.
A what defense?
Daniel Defense.
Daniel Defense?
Daniel Defense.
Daniel Defense R. What do you say?
DDM4V4S. It's a 11.5-inch barrel, short barrel rifle.
So a semi-automatic?
No.
Oh, fully automatic. Like, no.
Yes. Yes, very nice. Very nice.
Did you spray paint it yourself? Looks spray painted.
I painted this myself, yes.
Oh, wow, look at it. Now you just got to get an outfit that matches it.
Oh, I have a few.
What?
I have a few.
Oh, I thought you said I have you.
We got a red dot sight. We've got the iron sights. I don't know if they picked that one up.
No, I did.
Yeah. Beautiful rifle. $2,000 stock.
Oh, there you go. So if you got $2,000 laying around on the ground somewhere, boom. There you go.
Oh, and also a couple months to wait for the ATF to approve you. Fuck you, then, FA.
To approve you, like, I guess you can have this automatic. Is that kind of how it went?
It was more than that because you have to have a FFL as well.
FFL, what's it stand for?
It's a federal firearm license.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, I was trying to think of something witty, but it didn't work. You know.
Fully fuckable.
Fully fuckable ladies. No.
Yeah.
No. So, what are the cons of you living on the road like that? Can you
Well,
imagine?
I always have to meet new people and deal with new people. Gas prices change everywhere you go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. I have to move. I gotta move a lot.
Yeah, you're hauling quite a bit, so
Yeah.
that gas has got to be up there. And you're driving like a V8, V6, what?
It's a 5.4 V8.
Yeah. Wow, really?
Yep.
Oh,
But my LLC, I worked out a contract to where I'll be receiving a few 2024 F250s for next season. So, it'll be
There you
pretty
go.
nice.
yeah, well, it's better to lease them out than just to buy them, just to have new vehicles come out the next year.
Well, it's nice when you don't have to pay for the lease as well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. There you go. Keep something in mind, chat.
It's funny. Another thing I would say is when I started my businesses, my parents, they told me that I was crazy, and now both my parents work for me.
Yeah.
So don't ever give up.
All my my dad, my sisters, they all worked in healthcare except me. So don't think that's gonna happen. Don't think it's in the same ballpark though for me.
You never know. You never know. I was the black sheep. You never know what's going to happen.
Make it for YouTube. Like, hey, sisters, y'all want to do some content with me so you don't got to work your job? That'd be cool, right? Like the Pine family, like doing videos and shit. That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. But so besides all this here, what kind of advice would you give for the people who are wanting to do something what you're doing? That they want to grab a camper, they want to go live freely, if you were, be like, oh, they're not chained down anywhere. They can just live the on the road life with the camper.
I would say first and foremost, you need to find some kind of a remote job. You have to find some kind of income. I'm very, very lucky and blessed that I have multiple forms of income. If you're insistent on it without having an income readily available, I would say definitely buy a camper that's older or even a van, anything that is going to be suitable for your needs, But go for something older. Don't buy anything new. Newer stuff's falling apart. Anything that has 2020 on it, it's falling apart.
That and be a lot more expensive too, rather than just to buy something 10, 15 years old just to say, hey, this works. It'd be a lot cheaper. That way you don't have any ties to paying your premiums.
Right. I mean, and you can always upgrade. You'd always build yourself up.
Yeah.
And then also you want to look into a place you can go that's going to be sustainable for you, Find a place that you might be able to find some sort of income if you can't find a remote income. And, cash flow businesses. Look into ways that are suitable for you and your skills. And, there's always a way. There's always a way. Never sit down and say, why me? Never complain and wonder why things aren't working out for you. Stand up and handle stuff yourself. There's always a way.
Right? Yeah, because if you sit around and mope about about your life, like, oh, why is this happening to me? That doesn't help. That literally doesn't help anything. I guess is the one thing I like to say. Try to be warrior spirited.
Don't be a victim.
Yeah. If you need to, listen to some Viking music. Get yourself pumped up. Like, I'm strong. I don't need this. I'm not a bitch. Hey, some people do that. Some people literally do that. They turn on some Viking music and they're good to go. But yeah, dude, like for real, like don't complain about your lifestyle. Don't sit there and feel sorry for yourself, because you're not going to get anywhere thinking like that. It's not a good headspace. It's not a good mental headspace, especially in today's time where there's so much in today's time where there's like all this mentality of like negative energy going around. Like there's never been worse than in today's time, and you don't need to think like that.
Manifestation is real.
Yeah.
I literally manifested my entire life.
All right, cool, man. Well, thanks for the insight. I'm sure hopefully that helped some of you, some of the audience, listeners. Hopefully that it'll improve your lives a little bit, maybe give you some good advice for the future, for your future plans, for you and your family. Just let me know what y'all think about the whole Vampire Elite podcast. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this podcast, maybe some future ones, some topics, information will go a long ways. Appreciate
Unofficial Twisted Tea podcast.
yeah, there you go. Mine's all gone. All right, so that about does it for this whole podcast. I'll see you all in the next one.